issue, the Gamestop, Wall Street bets, Robinhood, short-selling flap. Yellen will talk about the Security and Exchange Commission's investigation into the matter. The discussion will also include members of the Fed and the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. The issue has also impacted the price of silver lately. Meanwhile, GameStop shares have been falling. This after Robinhood and other trading platforms started to limit the ability of traders to purchase these shares on their platforms. Just yesterday, GameStop shares fell 60% to just $90 a share. Joining us now to discuss this and specifically what Janet Yellen plans to do about it, welcoming in back with us Kristin Tate. She's an analyst at Young Americans for Liberty. Also back with us former Maryland congressional candidate Kim Klacik. All right, ladies. Kristin, you know very well about this. Janet Yellen's been here before. Last time she was the Fed chair. You know, they promised to fix all these issues with the stock market and the ability of things to spin out of control. And now here she is saying that she's going to fix everything again. But we really shouldn't expect too much from Janet Yellen here, even though she has broken the glass ceiling, becoming our first female Treasury Secretary. That's what the White House wants to focus on.
That's exactly right. No, but if anything, the Fed should not be looking at the Redditors who are trading. They should be looking at Robinhood and these trading platforms that arguably engaged in market manipulation by preventing people from buying certain stocks. I bought a little bit of GameStop, and when I logged on to Robinhood, it said I could sell that stock, but I couldn't buy new stock. I mean, that's so unfair. It proves we really don't have a free market in this country. We need a market where everybody can engage equally. And it really has kind of spurred this populist movement that's weirdly united the left and the right after, such a contentious election. We've seen people like AOC say what Robinhood did is unacceptable, and then Ted Cruz agreed with her. So we need to get to the bottom of what Robinhood did and if any laws were broken, because it was really unfair to retail investors.
Yeah, we do see there are lots of class action lawsuits right now taking a look at this issue. I mean, I don't think I'm really smart enough to understand if there was market manipulation here or not. We'll leave that up to the federal regulators here. But when you look at the issue of what Kristin was just talking about, Kim, a lot of people in Washington and the media apparatus want us to believe this is a left-right kind of thing. But really, this is what Kristin talked about, the populist revolution that's happening now. This is more about the powerful versus the powerless. And the powerful want to make sure they stay powerful, and they want to make sure the powerless don't have the power.
Absolutely. This is the David and Goliath story through and through. Kristin makes a lot of great points. I have to say, President Biden, he hasn't said a word about this. No one's talking about it from his administration because if you look at his FEC report, he's had a lot of hedge fund managers that have contributed to his campaign. The big thing I see about Janet Yellen is the fact that she was once paid by Citadel, who's an investor in Robinhood, by $810,000 as far as speaker fees. So to me, I think she should recuse herself from this. I don't think we're going to have a good straight answer, and I don't think they're going to get to the bottom of it, because I think she is also bought and sold.
Yeah, those are the reports out there. I have not done my own reporting, and I'm not sure Newsmax has on those reports, but they're certainly out there, and that's public information. People can find that. Now, Kristin, too, going back to Janet Yellen, she is, a disciple of an economist named Joseph Stiglitz, who is a Keynesian economist, and, they believe that the best way to protect our money is to make sure the government has maximum control over our money. But I know you don't agree with that, and I think, again, this is one of those issues where we have to be vigilant about the people that control our interest rates, our credit cards, our student loan rates, our mortgages. It's the same people that promised to fix all these problems the last time around.
That's exactly right. The Biden administration and Janet Yellen specifically have made it very clear they are going to try to just print our way out of this recession, with just printing endless dollars. And every second that goes by that the Federal Reserve is printing more money, we all get poorer. And that is why people are increasingly turning to cryptocurrencies and other assets like precious metals. Now, what I'm concerned about is someone like Yellen coming in and all of a sudden, putting in place sweeping regulations on, say, cryptocurrencies to try to maintain the government's control over the way that wealth is exchanged in this country and transactions happen.
Right.
This is a big government administration that does not want people to have control over
We're going to have to start hoarding cash, Kristin, and keeping gold bullion and silver under our mattresses if this continues. Now, did you guys see this video? I want to end on this. It's kind of a sad story, but Alexei Navalny, the Russian opposition leader, he was sent to prison yesterday. Here he is drawing a heart on the glass, saying goodbye to his wife. Very emotional. You know, ladies, find yourself a guy who looks at you like Alexei Navalny looks at his wife. But seriously, going to prison for 2.5 years and he's smiling through it all, a sign of courage, I'd say. Right, Kim?
Yeah, definitely a sign of bravery. And, you know, I wish I could find a guy that loved me like that. That'd be great.
I would do the same thing if I were going to prison for 2.5 years. But Kristin, I'd be a lot more scared than Navalny is here.
Yeah, no, this is a rare, heartwarming story amidst a very dark news cycle. So it's definitely a great display of courage there, and love as well.
I am pulling for the Navalnys. Hopefully they can make it. And seriously, this situation deserves our attention. That video, hard to watch. All right, guys, thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate your time as always.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.